Community loss is another one that a lot of folks don't immediately recognize. But when we've been transferred to another job, we've got to move across the country or say goodbye to our family home. Those are big losses as well that can make an impact. And
Exactly.
if we're able to acknowledge them and intentionally say goodbye, it can help that transition a bit.
So have you experienced loss and grief in your life?
I have
Could you
quite a
share
bit.
a little bit about that?
Sure. I've lost both of my parents. My mom when I was in my 20s, and she was on hospice, and my dad much later. He also was on hospice. I was with him when he died. Powerful moment to be there for that. I've lost a lot of pets. I've lost my family. I had a brother who died in 2016, and uh, the rest of my siblings and their families, uh, pretty much said they never wanted anything to do with me again. I was the black sheep, for reasons that I would never change, decisions I made, but that was huge. That was really
Sure.
huge for me because I lost so much in that. I lost relationships, my brother through his death. I lost a sense of what I had anticipated my future being, and that's when I got Shadow. Yeah. It was a pretty traumatic time, looking at what was lost in the moment and in the future, but also, some questions that made me, remember traumatic times, growing up. So I had PTSD after that, and for a couple of years couldn't work. Shadow came in as my service dog.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, can you walk us through the stages of grief and what that looks like?
Hard to say what it looks like. So there are many stages of grief. A lot of people think of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's stages, and that's a great foundation, but she never meant it to be you do stage 1 and then at a certain amount of time you go to stage 2 and then stage 3. It's not linear like that. Stages of anger, denial, especially denial if someone dies suddenly, a tragic death, our minds can't handle it. So we just nope, that didn't happen. I just can't wrap my mind around it. Denial, anger, resentment, at times joy. That's a tough one to imagine. Joy with loss. And I've renamed and reframed some of the stages. Obviously, I don't think she talks about joy, but at some point, we're able to look at what we've lost and remember the joyful moments in it to celebrate who that person or whatever it was we lost was and be able to laugh and smile again. I talk about grief as riding a class 5 whitewater river. So you're on that boat and you are holding on for dear life. You don't know what's around the corner, whether you've got to lean this way, lean that way, duck your head, what's going to pop up in front of you. And it's a wild ride. But eventually, you do come to those still waters of rest and peace. It's all over the map.
Right. Anxiety is another one that I like to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
People get anxious and suffer with anxiety and, fears goes hand in hand with that.
Right, right. Often our world is upside down when we've lost someone or something. And when we're in an uncertain time or place in our lives, we can't help but have anxiety come in. It's just a
Right.
normal human response.
How can we better support a loved one in pain or mourning?
Mm.